Hello, Goddess. Welcome back. This is Andrea with You Are Mind, Body, Soul. And in this space, I guide your inner goddess to bridge the mind, body, and soul through psychosomatic education, consciousness reconditioning, as well as alchemy and energetics. Come on in. It feels so good to be back here. I feel so good today and just enjoying life, enjoying this season as usual. Of course, I have my notes here. Y'all know the vibes. Today, we are going to talk about micro habits to help you elevate your goddess energy to make you feel like a goddess so that you're moving and operating through that juicy and delicious frequency. So before I get too deep into the topic, please remember to like this video so that the algorithm can do its magical, mysterious thing. Please remember to share this video so that other goddesses such as yourself can receive this information. And please remember to subscribe to the channel so that you get notifications when I post new videos every Monday. And thank you so much for my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. And speaking of subscribers, we are growing nicely. We are growing at a nice, consistent rate. 250 is the next goal. So please make sure that you are sharing this video, tagging that notification bell, all that good stuff. I appreciate you all so much. So let's get into it. This is going to be a fun video. I'm really looking forward to this topic. So the first micro habit to create in your list of skills that you want to embody for more goddess energy is going to be to take a look and learn how to measure what the trajectory is for your emotional frequency. So what does trajectory for your emotional frequency mean? Like what is that? So as I'm saying that, I'm actually getting an image of a bow and arrow. So for those of you that don't know, one of my patron goddesses is Artemis, and she rocks with the bow and arrow. And what that means is that huntress energy. It is not only the energy of seeking out and being aware of what it is you love, what it is you desire, and targeting those things to attract them, whether it be from your masculine energy or your feminine energy, but having that awareness and aligning intentionally. She uses the bow and arrow to target those things and seek those out. So that is having your huntress energy in a sense that you are making sure that vibrationally you are in alignment with who you are becoming. So I remember before I really started to develop myself and my goddess skills, I really didn't understand what it meant to have what it is I wanted in life, like the lifestyle that I wanted, the time freedom that I wanted, the body that I wanted. Like it was something that I desired, but I didn't know how to align myself emotionally so that those desires could easily find me through my frequency. And that is all that this is about. Goddess alchemy, energetics, consciousness reconditioning, psychosomatic awareness. That's all that is. It is shifting your vibrational frequency so that you can align with whatever it is you desire in that season. And of course, it's going to change. So what we want to do is learn how to put a microscope to our emotional habits. So that is how you are feeling on a day-to-day basis and how your emotions fluctuate from the start of your day to the ending of your day. And being able to be aware of, if I continue with these emotional habits, how is my life going to look? And it is so important and so powerful to be emotionally aware because feeling is a secret. And I actually have this book right here. So I would recommend this book for anyone doing this goddess work. And this is actually one of the books in the coursework for the Vibrational Voodoo course that I recently created. This book right here sums up Everything that I have worked to embody, I would say over the last 2 years. And we know from conversations that we've had on this channel that embodiment is the process of micro habits. It's about turning things that you have to put intentions to, behaviors that you have to put intentions to, and then making it so that it's second nature. That is the definition of embodiment. It's not having to think about an action, a behavior, and just being good at it. So we can go back to the bow and arrow, to the bow and arrow analogy. When you're working with archery, for example, when you first start doing archery, and archery is something that I love, I want to do more of it as we come up into the near seasons. So, when you first start archery, like when I get on the range and I first start those first couple of arrows, I might miss my target. But as I get into my flow, I'll usually like listen to my music. I have my headphones on, I settle into my grounded stance, and then I start hitting my target more consistently. And so now by an hour and a half later, I feel embodied in that step process of, setting myself up, finding that extension, pulling back, relaxing my fingers, lifting my elbows. Like that whole process becomes embodied. Okay. And so then I don't have to think about it anymore. And so when we are talking about the trajectory that we want to be on, we have to have time to journal and to slow down and to reflect and ask these questions that if I continue to reach for my target in this way, am I actually going to hit that goal? And this book right here will teach you how to frame your emotions and the power that you have emotionally. It's a very short book. Like I couldn't believe how short this book was. I went and I bought it as like a reused book, and when I got it, I was like, dang, this is a tiny little book. It's only like 60 pages. It'll change your life. And it's basically summed up like everything that I have worked to understand and incorporate into my identity. Okay. So you want to be able to observe yourself and be a healthy assessor of your emotional trajectory and actually be able to rely on your own opinion through doing your inner work and clearing out the debris of the ego, your limiting beliefs, like making all those things a habit so that you can regularly upgrade yourself and continue to flow in your goddess energy. Okay. The next thing that I have is your emotional foundation. So, what sets the emotional foundation and the tone for your mood, so to speak? So, let's just simplify it and call it your mood. So, your emotional tone and your mood is going to fluctuate throughout the day. And what I want you to ask yourself for this journal, so journal this out, is what sets the foundation for my emotional environment? What is the foundation of that? What affects my emotional environment? So write that out. You can pause the video and then ask yourself, what are the essential factors that support a healthy emotional environment? So for me, I need to be exercising, like vigorous exercising, not just walking around the neighborhood. But for you, a nice walk around the neighborhood, you might be someone that likes to count your steps. You might like to spin or whatever have you, whatever you need for movement, maybe that's something that contributes to your emotional foundation. For me, going to the gym regularly, if I ever stop going to the gym for more than like 2 weeks, it really starts to affect me emotionally. Okay. Another thing that's very important for my emotional foundation is my nutrition. And this is something that I discovered when I created the 14-day Mind, Body, Soul Reset course back in 2012, was that it was that when I eat clean foods, it cleanses me on a deep level, and it naturally clears out some of the emotional debris that I could be experiencing, because now I don't also have to contend with disharmony inside of my body. So that's a part of my emotional foundation. Like if I drink too much the next day, I'm definitely not in a good mood because I'm moody. I'm a moody person. I don't know about you. I'm not super emotional, but I definitely can be moody, because I am empathic, okay, because of my empathy. So my emotional environment is determined by what I eat and how much I exercise. Okay, so this shapes me. For you, ask yourself what is essential for a healthy emotional environment for you. So you may have certain people in your life that are essential for you to maintain a healthy emotional environment. That may be family, someone that is a healthy influence on your reality, super important, because obviously we're talking about elevating into our goddess frequency. So we don't want to be including relationships that we know are toxic, and we should be able to use our intuition to differentiate between what is healthy and what is toxic for our goddess frequency. And while we're on the topic of the quality of our relationships, ask yourself, are the relationships that I have surrounding me helping me to elevate into my goddess frequency? Are those influences in alignment with the trajectory of the life that I want to live emotionally, just emotionally, that internal environment? Do these relationships align with that? Or are you participating in relationships that stress you out, that wear you out, that drop your frequency and bring you into that lower state where then you have to step away from that experience, dig yourself out of the mud from being in that low frequency? And coming back to Artemis, I guess she is all up inside of this video today. Artemis is in the building. Shout out to my patron goddess. I have a few patron goddesses, but Artemis is the oldest one. That's a whole nother story. Maybe one day I will share it in the Feminine Alchemy and Freedom course, because that course is all about deep past life work, soul work, and transformation. But what was I saying about Artemis? Artemis gang. She is all about seeing things and really penetrating through the truth of things by having that focused target. She's about a lot of other things too, but the influence, that she's having today is about that focus and that discernment. So you want to be discerning about these different things in the relationships that you are having. Okay. So and I'm calling these micro habits because it is the tiny habits that contributes to the larger success. So a micro habit is something that you want to do every day throughout the day. I want to re-emphasize that we're talking about small habits. So small moments of awareness about how you are feeling and how you are doing and how you are experiencing life, what you are allowing to influence you, is going to create large change for you over time. Okay. So the next thing that I have is a micro habit for stepping closer into your goddess energy and embodying your goddess energy. And this is something that I have done for longer than I can remember. I have a signature scent. So every day I have a particular oil that I put on my body that sets the tone for my daily vibration. So my very existence in this physical body, sensationally speaking, through my senses, every day I have this scent on. And usually I'll do it very light, like it's very subtle. So what is happening here by me using this daily scent that is super comforting to my soul and to my spirit? Subconsciously, it is soothing me, this scent that I am wearing. And it's an oil, it's not a perfume, it's an oil. Okay. It's soothing me. And it is a subconscious reminder and a subconscious marker of my goddess vibration, the vibration of that Empress energy, who is abundant and overflowing and magnetic and attractive and blooming. I always feel fertile and I always feel like I am blooming, unless I am in a stage of my development where I am in my winter season, which we talked about in recent videos. We talked about the different seasons that flow throughout our bodies. So I wear this scent every day and it helps me to embody just this energetic frequency. And then when I step around people and they smell that scent, a lot of times people don't say anything about it, but I wear it every day. So I know they smell it. And sometimes people will be like, you smell so good. Like when they hug me or like when they're close to me, they'll be like, you smell so good. I'm like, thank you, thank you. I never tell what it is. Only to like a select few goddesses I share the scent that I wear. So, signature scent, having a signature scent for your subconscious mind, and then also for the energy surrounding you, it lightens up the energy. And it doesn't have to be the same scent. I just have a signature scent. But I like to layer it. So, I always start with that scent. And then I'll sometimes, if I'm going out, I'll put like perfume on top of it, different types of perfume. Okay. Another thing that will help you embody your goddess energy is keeping natural plants and keeping flowers around you. So I love having fresh flowers around. It just lightens my spirit. So aesthetically, it's there. I might not constantly register it, but it changes the environment. It shifts the vibration in the environment. And, whether or not you have your place in clutter or whether it's clean, that's also going to affect you. So, your environment and keeping your environment organized and clean and aesthetically pleasing to your senses and your feminine energy is going to help you with your goddess frequency. And then also, speaking of senses, we want to be aware of our intuition and our ability to trust our intuition. Okay. So let's call that the sixth sense. That's your goddess sense. The intuition comes from a couple of different levels. There is your gut intuition, which, remember, our gut health is founded in our nutritional lifestyle. That's the gut health. Okay. There is the intuition that's in your heart, which is the most sensitive and the sharpest organ that we have in our body. You can check out the mind heart attunement training that I did a few weeks ago. It talks about the science between heart energy and the wisdom that the heart has and how it precedes us. So, taking care of that heart health by making sure that it is flexible and open and receptive, doing that inner work surrounding your heart. And then intuition also comes from your third eye, your sixth chakra. So, that is your ability to be able to tap in with your creative future and intuitively identify and connect with your trajectory. So your intuition will tell you a lot. And sharpening your intuition does sometimes take time because it requires that we build that trust for ourselves. But the simplest way to really begin to develop your intuition is by remembering anytime you're about to make a decision on something, remember what your very first inkling was on your desire for that thing. Always remember that. Or if there's something that you're questioning, an experience that you are questioning and you have to respond to it, I want you to tune in to either of these spaces and remember what your initial response was, because your body is always responding to the environment. Your body's always responding to the environment, especially your heart. It's called heart rate variability. Check out that mind heart connection video. It's very powerful, very informative. Okay. So if you really just quiet out the ego, quiet the mind, quiet what people are telling you, you'll be able to tap into these senses and your intuition will start to develop. And goddess energy is in alignment. It is in direct alignment with your ability to have a healthy and precise intuition. Then we have aesthetics. Okay, this one's fun. So, getting more into the superficial aspects of things, I always think of having posture as a form of goddess energy because remember, our spiritual organs run through the center of our body. Check out that video, Point Your Fucking Toes. It's a really great video talking about feminine posture. But my posture, ever since I was young and I was in ballet, when I was like yay high, okay. I was taught that posture is important. So I used to walk around with like books on my head, and it was a really good time. So ever since then, I've always had posture. And so when you have posture and your spiritual organs are all aligned properly, healthy on top of one another, you're not dealing with chronic pain in your body just because you won't take the time to listen to it and let it guide you into solutions. Because every pain that we have in our body, everything that seems to be off or wrong, is a manifestation of something that's trying to show us a path to growth, including our limiting beliefs. So, having good posture, allowing your spine to be erect, allows the energy to flow through you. And when we are tapped into our goddess energy, we are in complete flow. We are in complete flow from the base of our spines to the top of our crowns. So, all the way through, we serve as a portal and a vibrant channel for life to be created through us in multiple forms, in all forms. We are abundant in our creative abilities. So, your posture is most definitely key for so many reasons. Okay. Um, Also, little style. So, a little style goes a long way. Having that taste for how you look, how you present yourself, not walking out looking rough unless it's one of those I'm just going to walk out and look rough day. I'm always encouraging my ladies, like, put your colors on. It's the springtime. Allow yourself to be seen. One of the signs of a woman who is partaking in life, showing up in life, is her ability to wear colors. So if you're always in like these boring colors, these tans, or these blacks, it's basically like saying, I don't want to be seen. I just want to blend in. Now, maybe that is true. Maybe you do just want to blend in. But if you're saying that that's true, I want you to sit down and take some time and ask yourself, why do I feel like I don't want to be seen? Why do I feel like maybe I should hide? Like, ask yourself, am I hiding? Am I avoiding being seen? Because I assure you that there is something deeper there that is limiting your experience of your goddess expression in your life. So just dabble. Maybe it might just start with you changing the color of your nails, and then you go into the brighter color dresses and so on and so forth. But check out a couple of things on style. So one of the things that I'm actually doing this year, because I'm always like a comfortable dresser. I like to be comfortable. I never was really one to wear baggy clothes. I do like form-fitting clothes because I do have an hourglass shape. So that's just me. Like, I like that. I like having my midriff out. Sometimes I like wearing cleavage, although I went through this phase in my life where I was not wearing cleavage. That's when I was going through like the roughest times with my heart space process and work, just from dealing with so much heartbreak. Like, there was a pattern of me attracting heartbreaking relationships. And during that time in my life, I never wore cleavage. Like, you would never see my breasts. But then I healed that. Now they want to be out all the time, with the exception of this video. It's probably one of the few videos where they're not like all the way out. But anyways, where was I? I digress. Yeah, so fitted clothing, form-fitting clothing, that's my style. Maybe you like baggy clothing, maybe you like that expression, but whatever you do, own it. Own your unique expression, own your authenticity, and hold your head up high. Lift your chin up, walk with your chest first, okay? And open your heart to life. Open your heart to life, okay? And then another signature that I have is my hair. So I always wear my braids are always in ombre. So I love starting with the black. top and then dropping it down into that ombre, I've decided that that's going to be my signature look. And it's been like this for maybe a few years. I don't know how long, but it's been a minute ever since I started getting braids, okay, for my protective hairstyle. So this is it. Like, I like that. It's my personal expression. It strikes curiosity when people see me. And for me and my goddess energy, it taps into the aspect of me that one feels timeless because it's silvery gray. I know that eventually I'm going to enter into my crone era. And for me, it's a representation of my wisdom. So I embrace it now because I know that it is inevitable. And then also some aspects of it makes me feel like a superhero. Like there's a part of me that feels like a Targaryen when I have my ombre hair. There's a part of me that feels like Storm, like Halle Berry Storm. Like this is just my vibe. It's my look. And if I want to explain it to someone, I will. And if I don't, I won't. Period. Okay. So let's see. You always want to be aware of the energy that's preceding you. So before you open up your mouth, how do you look? How is your posture? How do you smell? Like you can always tell that by how your chest is oriented, how your shoulders are oriented. You don't even have to answer that question in your mind. You could just look at how you're sitting right now, and that will give you the answer of how your energy precedes you as you walk into a space. Trust me. Okay. And then the other thing that we want to do is have invitational energy. So learn how to create invitational energy in our bodies, but also at the same time holding healthy boundaries. And this skill right here is so worth practicing and embodying, where you can be alluring and seductive and inviting and magnetic and attractive, but also have that energy of this is where I am, this is the space that I take up, and you are here. And if I allow you to cross that space, it will be an honor for you. It will be an honor. Okay. So you still want to have that attractive, feminine, soft, luscious, juicy energy, but also have that energy of I am not to be played with. Like my ancestors do not play about me. So be careful, okay? And it is a practice, it is an art form. And if you're looking to dive more into that practice, you can go to my website, yambs.co, and fill out that application to have some one-on-one coaching sessions with me. And we are also going to talk more about feminine mystery in one of the upcoming videos in the near future. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's been a pleasure here being with you. I will catch you in the next one. One love.